When you see what happens at the end of this book, you're gonna be like, what? So last time, Simon was testing out his powers with Chris, and when he went up into the sky to practice his flying, he saw nothing but flying items coming from the sky. And what it looks like is that something happened with the space station and it's descending from the sky, but as it's going through the orbit, it's dissipating and separating into many pieces, almost looking like a meteor. And you already know what our boy Simon does. He flies up to that space station slash satellite and he starts to use his super strength in order to hold it, but more importantly, to be a hero. Now, things are looking pretty grim as this satellite or space station starts to fall to the city, but he's able to lock in and do his best. But it seems like there's more trials and tribulations that are going around nearby. Simon's on a mission to just help as many people as he can. So he's going to turn over this car that seemed to be tumbled over because there's a bridge that's fallen down. And you know what he does? He saves them. There's an ambulance in the street that needs to get from point A to point B, which would be the hospital. And you know what he does? He lifts up that ambulance, he flies it over. Now, our boy Simon is exhausted. He's been working non-stop just to help people, but you know what he's not gonna do is give up. And we get to the point of a TV station, and this reporter is speaking, but her manager of sorts is saying like,
This guy has to be fake.
and she's like,
No, he's the real deal.
but one thing everyone is talking about is that, like, who is he? Like, can he be the real superior that they would normally see in the movie on the big screen? And we get back to Chris's place where Simon is speaking to Chris about his experiences, and he's like,
You can't believe all the things that I've done and all the things that I can do. Not being in a wheelchair is nothing less than incredible.
and the two boys are both deliberating on telling Simon's mom, and they come to the conclusion of yes. And Simon is like,
Yeah, I'm definitely going to tell her because I have to tell her that I have a guardian angel, and that's Orman.
which is the space monkey. Now, Simon says that his mom always talked about making America greater, right? And that it needed some sort of saving. And at the same time, Simon kind of makes this kind of comparison, but also this collision of thoughts that when he made the wish, this is probably what his mom wanted. And this is also what he wanted too, to be able to walk, to be able to move, and to also be able to save people. And then we switch over to Orman, who we haven't seen in a long time. And he's outside of the building of Chris. And he's like,
An angel? That's hilarious.
and we're looking at his face, and he is making the most evil grin I've seen in a long time. And he's like,
I'm exactly the opposite.
and this comes to the conclusion. Who is Orman? And did he really give superpowers to Simon for good reasons or for something highly nefarious? We're gonna find out, so definitely drop some hearts, drop a comment, and what are your theories on what's gonna happen next with Orman, Simon, and also Chris? Later, everyone.